there's a wrinkle.
They got our spy pilot. Or the head full of classified information.
Bridge of Spies unfolds as a deeply compelling and emotionally grounded story set against the tense backdrop of the Cold War, a time when suspicion, fear, and ideological conflict defined global relations. The film draws the audience into a world where every move is calculated and every decision carries immense political weight. Yet, at its heart, it remains a profoundly human story about integrity, courage, and the quiet power of standing by one's principles. Rather than relying on explosive action, the narrative builds its strength through dialogue, moral conflict, and the steady unraveling of a situation that feels both intimate and globally significant. At the center of the story is a skilled and principled lawyer who is unexpectedly thrust into a situation far removed from his usual legal practice. He is tasked with defending a man accused of being an enemy spy, a role that instantly places him under intense public scrutiny and societal pressure. The environment around him is charged with fear and anger, as people view the accused not as a human being deserving of justice, but as a symbol of a hostile foreign power. Despite this, the lawyer approaches the case with a strong sense of duty, believing firmly that the rule of law must apply to everyone. Regardless of the circumstances, the courtroom sequences are not just about legal arguments, but about the broader idea of justice in a time of crisis. The lawyer's commitment to giving his client a fair defense becomes a statement in itself, challenging the prevailing mindset that justice can be compromised for the sake of national security. His calm demeanor and logical reasoning stand in stark contrast to the emotionally charged atmosphere, and this contrast becomes a defining element of the story. Through these moments, the film emphasizes that true strength often lies in restraint and adherence to principles, even when it is unpopular or misunderstood. As the narrative progresses, the situation evolves beyond the courtroom and enters the realm of international diplomacy. A new crisis emerges when an American pilot is captured, creating a tense standoff between opposing powers. This development transforms what initially seemed like a straightforward legal case into a complex negotiation that carries global implications. The lawyer, now operating far outside his comfort zone, is called upon to act as an intermediary, navigating a delicate balance between diplomacy and human empathy. The journey into the divided city of Berlin introduces a stark and haunting visual and emotional shift. The city, split by ideology and marked by physical barriers, becomes a powerful symbol of the broader conflict shaping the world. The atmosphere is tense and uncertain, with an ever-present sense of danger lurking beneath the surface. The lawyer finds himself in an unfamiliar environment where trust is scarce and every interaction must be handled with caution. This setting amplifies the stakes of his mission, as he must rely not only on his intellect but also on his ability to read people and situations with precision. One of the most compelling aspects of the story is the contrast between systems and individuals. Governments operate based on strategy, power, and long-term objectives, often viewing people as assets or liabilities. In contrast, the lawyer approaches the situation from a deeply human perspective, seeing the individuals involved not as bargaining chips but as people with lives, families, and inherent dignity. This difference in perspective drives much of the tension in the narrative, as he must navigate a world that often prioritizes outcomes over ethics. The interactions between the lawyer and the captured spy form the emotional backbone of the story. Their relationship evolves from one defined by professional obligation to one marked by mutual respect and understanding. The spy, calm and composed even in the face of uncertainty, becomes a mirror through which the lawyer examines his own beliefs and values. Their conversations are filled with subtlety, often revealing more through what is left unsaid than through explicit dialogue. This dynamic adds a layer of depth to the narrative, transforming it from a simple story of negotiation into a nuanced exploration of character and perspective. As negotiations begin to take shape, the complexity of the situation becomes increasingly apparent. Multiple parties with differing agendas are involved, each seeking to achieve their own objectives while maintaining a facade of cooperation. The lawyer must carefully navigate these competing interests, often relying on intuition and moral clarity rather than formal authority. His ability to remain composed under pressure becomes one of his greatest strengths, allowing him to find solutions where others see only obstacles. The film places a strong emphasis on the idea of quiet heroism. The lawyer is not a traditional action hero, nor does he seek recognition or praise for his actions. Instead, his strength lies in his unwavering commitment to doing what he believes is right, even when it comes at a personal cost. He faces criticism, isolation, and potential danger, yet he continues to move forward with determination and integrity. This portrayal challenges conventional notions of heroism, suggesting that true courage often manifests in subtle, understated ways. The pacing of the story allows for moments of reflection, giving the audience time to absorb the emotional and ethical weight of the events unfolding on screen. These quieter moments are essential in building a connection between the audience and the characters, making the stakes feel personal rather than abstract. The tension is not driven solely by external threats, but by the internal struggles faced by the characters as they grapple with difficult choices and uncertain outcomes. The film also explores the concept of communication, both as a tool and as a challenge. Language barriers, cultural differences, and political agendas all play a role in shaping interactions between characters. Misunderstandings can have serious consequences, making clarity and patience essential. The lawyer's ability to listen and adapt becomes a crucial asset, enabling him to bridge gaps that might otherwise seem insurmountable. This focus on communication highlights the importance of empathy and understanding in resolving conflict. As the story builds toward its climax, the tension reaches a peak, with multiple negotiations converging into a single moment. The stakes are incredibly high, with lives hanging in the balance and the potential for failure carrying significant consequences. The resolution is handled with a sense of realism and restraint, avoiding unnecessary dramatization while still delivering a powerful emotional impact. The outcome is not just a victory or defeat, but a reflection of the complexities and compromises inherent in such situations. The visual storytelling plays a significant role in reinforcing the themes of the film. The contrast between different locations, from the structured environment of the courtroom to the stark and divided streets of Berlin, mirrors the internal and external conflicts faced by the characters. The use of lighting, framing, and composition creates a mood that is both immersive and evocative, drawing the audience deeper into the world of the story. Throughout the film, there is a consistent emphasis on the value of principles in a world that often prioritizes expediency. The lawyer's actions serve as a reminder that integrity is not situational but constant, and that upholding one's values can have a ripple effect far beyond immediate circumstances. His journey demonstrates that even in the most complex and politically charged situations, there is room for humanity and fairness. The narrative also touches on the broader implications of the Cold War, presenting it not just as a political conflict but as a human one. The division between nations is mirrored in the division between individuals, creating a sense of fragmentation that permeates every aspect of the story. Yet, within this division, there are moments of connection and understanding that offer a glimpse of hope. These moments suggest that despite differences in ideology, there is a shared humanity that transcends borders. The ending leaves a lasting impression, not through grand spectacle but through a quiet sense of resolution and reflection. The lawyer returns to his life changed by the experience, carrying with him the lessons learned and the impact of the choices he made. The story does not seek to provide easy answers, but instead encourages the audience to consider the complexities of justice, diplomacy, and human connection. Bridge of Spies ultimately stands as a powerful testament to the importance of standing firm in one's beliefs, even in the face of overwhelming pressure. It highlights the idea that individuals can make a difference, not through force or authority, but through integrity, empathy, and a commitment to doing what is right. The film's strength lies in its ability to balance historical context with deeply personal storytelling, creating an experience that is both intellectually engaging and emotionally resonant. The characters remain grounded and relatable, their struggles reflecting universal themes of fear, responsibility, and moral choice. The relationships between them drive the narrative forward, providing a sense of continuity and depth that keeps the audience invested from beginning to end. Each interaction adds another layer to the story, building a rich and multifaceted portrayal of a moment in history that continues to resonate. In the end, the film serves as a reminder that even in the most divided of times, there are individuals willing to bridge the gap, to reach across barriers, and to seek understanding in a world defined by conflict. It is a story that lingers not because of dramatic twists or action pack,